Next thing we are going to do is to create an onboard page. But before we can able to do that, we have to add a package we'll be using for state management on our app called GetX. So we'll be using GetX for state management throughout our Flutter app. So basically, this is not the only package you can use. There's a whole lot of other packages out there we can use for state management on our Flutter app. Packages like block. We can use provider, which is by Flutter team. So we can also use provider, which is by Flutter team, or we can use inherited widgets, which is also in here in Flutter. Or we can actually use stateful classes to manage to deal with our states in Flutter. But I want to use GetX for managing the state of the app, which is what I use mostly in working with my clients. To add GetX, we can just head over to pub.dev, type GetX. Yeah. Search for GetX. So right now we are here in GetX. Click on this. So the first one, and here is GetX. To install this, go to installation, copy this, go over to VS Code, inside your root directory, clear this out, paste the code you copied, hit enter. Our GetX is installed. We can actually make use of get storage package, which I like using too. And we can go over here. Okay. This. You can install that. Go to installation, copy this, and head over to your VS Code, clear this, and paste that. Hit enter. And we just installed these two packages, clear this. Let's start using them in our app. So we can init our get storage here by making this function sync, and add our weight over here. Add a weight, get storage that's init. Now we can just go ahead and save this up. And one more thing is to convert our material app. Since we're using GetX for managing the states in our app, we have to convert this material app to be get. And so let's add routes for our app. So right now we just added GetX and get storage, which will be the two parts. GetX is for the management, and get storage is for dealing with kind of like saving key value pairs into your app disk or something like that. Yeah, not actually for state management. for state management. So let's create another folder called routes. And inside this route, you're going to create two files. One should be app pages underscore pages dot, and the second app underscore routes dot. So let's start with routes first. Um, create. So basically, we are trying to create named routes. They so we already kind of like know the routes where our app will be using, like login, which like the routes, which should be slash login, and initial initial routes, which will be like just single, and you have so on and so forth, like slash home slash onboard slash sign in and so other stuff. So that's what we're creating right now. So we call this static string. This will be for onboard. And yes, um, onboard. Um, Another stable string. You can call this home, search home. Uh, Another one for stance. We call this login slash login. And I think this should be it. Save. So we got this saved, and let's go over to app pages, which is this one. So we'll be using this route to create pages for our app. And inside here, we create a class called app. App pages. Initial. So splash. Let's get static. Final notes. We can have get pages. So get pages. There's an error over there. So get pages. So we have this red highlight, meaning it can't recognize this. To make it recognize this, just hover over here. Okay, not pages. Should we get page? and then let's add get package, which is this, and it should have a name. So we say routes. This one should be initial. I can just use the same initial, which is same as a splash. And we can say page returns splash screen, but basically splash screen shouldn't be a splash screen. It's called welcome screen for us. So we just copy this. Pages, replace this over here. And we can just say, yeah. So that will be our initial stage. We can also go ahead and add more pages. So that is get page, and the name of it should be, because after our welcome screen, the next should be onboard screen. So we can just add that. Add that. So we can just say so right now we don't have an onboard screen, but we can create that by creating another so let's go over here and create a new folder. So create a new folder called and inside our onboard folder we create another folder called application. Still inside our onboard folder, creating another folder called presentation. So we have application presentation over here. So inside our presentation, where yeah, so we can just create onboarding underscore screen dot out. Now inside our onboard screen, we can just create a single stateful widget. Onboarding screen. And make this. And to fix this error, hover over here, import material, and that will be imported for us. And the error is fixed. To fix this one, just add an empty container here for now, since we will not be touching that. So we added that. So let's head over to finishing up our pages. So over here we can just name this onboard screen, and that is imported for us immediately. And so right now we have two pages in our app: our welcome screen and then our onboard screen. Save this. Let's go over to our welcome screen, which is this. Let's finish up. So there's some stuff we left off over here that we need to finish up so that our GetX can work perfectly with our app. So we need to add initial routes and pages in this in this get material app. To do that, so it's a initial route. Our initial route should be our inside our app pages. I'll just say that initial, yeah, that one. Just say get pages, all the pages we'll be needing. Come on. App pages plus routes. That's what we need. And let's save this. So far we just added get s and get storage to our app. And um, one more thing, let's add a um, binding for our GetX. To do that, we have to create another folder called binding. That should be inside a lib folder. Create a new folder called binding. And inside our binding folder, you create our main binding. So main underscore binding dot and so in here, as what we call create a class main in bindings extends binding from getX bindings. So let's override a method called, so that's a method we need to override, which is dependency. Let's say get dot put. So now let's leave this. So we just created a binding class where we'll be adding all our controllers over here. And now let's initialize our initial binding. This will be initial binding for our app. So main binding. Save that.